Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 on Lost Worlds. We're currently working on harvesting soybeans here on one of our fields here on this map. We got two fields here currently. They're both kind of in the same general area here. And as I've mentioned too, when we're done with harvest, then we'll in fact probably make these one field. And then hopefully maybe next year when we can afford some more fields here as well. Anyway, between episodes, I went ahead and picked up a J&M gravity wagon here. I really don't have a whole lot of selection here as far as gravity wagons go. I got the J&M and I got the Brent, and I think they're both about the same size, so I just went with the J&Ms here. Always kind of like these particular gravity wagons. You do have to be careful with the axles on them, though. You can definitely break them if you're not careful. So, yeah, there just seems to be a flaw there in the gravity wagons when it comes to that. So, anyway, we're going to continue harvesting here this episode, at least once we're done unloading here. Wow, this is taking a little longer to unload than I thought it would. To maybe turbocharge the unloader on this here or something. Okay, author actually made it so it turned. That's cool. Actually, I can zoom into it and actually see it turning. Hey, there we go. Running the John Deere Turbo 6620 here again this episode. Of course, if you watched last episode, we finished skipping a couple of days there, and we're now into harvest season. Which I realized that one, I forgot a bit of a revenue opportunity here. We're focused on the trees so much. We do have kind of sort of a hay field as well. I don't have any hay equipment yet, but we can sort that out fairly quickly. Maybe get some round bales, and maybe look at selling them too potentially. So we still have time to do that yet here. I think we're in the month of October. The grass is still green, it can still be mowed. So we'll have to see. We might just do that here too once we're done with harvest. Speaking of once we're done with the harvest here on this field, Evan, and I don't know if we'll finish. I think we'll finish that up here this episode. I would think. I mean, these fields aren't very large, Evan, so I would think we can finish this. And if we do, we'll move on to the corn harvest here next. Now we do still have one other problem yet, Evan. Where do I put the soybeans? I don't have any other like storage location here on this farm, so. We're going to have to put some thought into that one yet. I haven't actually figured that out yet. So maybe if we get that far into this episode, we might have to do a little shop and see what kind of options we have. Oh, and good. Looks like I did put GPS on this combine. Excellent. Head then get some GPS action set up here. I mean, why not? John Deere 6620 Turbo. We'll put GPS on this. Should be able to anyway. As I've mentioned here a couple episodes back, I mean, really the only probably necessarily big requirement for GPS here on any piece of equipment is power steering and a steering wheel, right? So as long as the piece of equipment has power steering and a steering wheel, you should be able to add GPS to it. Now, if it doesn't have power steering, I'm not sure your options for adding GPS might be a little bit limited, because what most the GPSs rely on, if it's not built into the piece of equipment, you kind of have one of two options. Either you do it through the hydraulics of the steering, which is probably the more preferred way of doing it, or if it's just not possible to do something like that, which something like this combine here should be possible, because I'm sure this is all hydraulically driven back here as far as steering goes. But if that's not possible, then you'll mount a unit to the steering wheel and you'll just turn the steering. Now there are a couple downfalls with that. One of the big ones being, of course, the slop between your steering wheel and your actual steering on your tires, right? Like how sloppy is your steering wheel? Obviously there's potential for lots of linkages in between there. Again, depends on the piece of equipment, right? Especially when it comes to some of the older tractors. When it comes to linkages there, the tractor, a piece of equipment might have power steering, but, the linkage goes all the way down to, where the wheels are, and then somewhere in between there, that's where the power steering unit is. Then on some units, too, and I know the tractor I own in real life is kind of this way. The power steering, so the steering wheel goes right down into basically the hydraulic control for the steering, and then hydraulic control, and I'm not sure what that particular unit would be called. I'm assuming it probably has a name of some sorts, but the steering wheel goes down to the hydraulic control unit. From the hydraulic control unit, it then has hydraulic lines that actually go down to a steering motor that's up front, and from there, that then turns the tires, right? So there's actually no mechanical linkage between the steering wheel and the tires. And yeah, the tractor's actually not running. It's pretty much impossible to steer. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't say impossible, but it pretty much is. One reason why, especially on older tractors that didn't have power steering, when you had the great big huge steering wheels, right? So if you're a piece of equipment that didn't have power steering, like you needed a big steering wheel to get some leverage to turn the tires sometimes. Of course, as soon as that power steering came along, then, well, you don't really need a great big steering wheel anymore, right? Also, I know I said we're going to use GPS, we're just kind of going around the field here. It's such a small field, I would like, we could almost get away without GPS if we wanted to. Mind you, I still like using GPS, don't get me wrong. I mean, still, I don't say this as often anymore, but still probably one of my favorite mods in the game as far as, you know, functionality that I think it adds. Sorry, Horseplay does not make that list for those who are wondering. Horseplay and Auto Drive, for that matter, just they're too derpy to be on any sort of list like that, in my opinion. You mind if Horseplay and Auto Drive worked a little more flawlessly? Sure, we could probably put them up on the list of Randy's top favorite mods, but yeah, not with as derpy as what they are. That being said, I'd have to probably say I probably would be a little lost with a couple of mods sometimes, especially playing on the larger maps and stuff like that. One last map being a good example of that. You folks want to try to farm that map without Horseplay or Auto Drive or some mod like that? Yeah, good luck. You might be able to farm one field, but after that, oh boy. Got to remember, on a map of that size, everyone, when it came to farming, you know, some of those fields were taking days to finish, right? Like, by the time you add up the amount of time it takes to prepare the field, fertilize, lime it, plant it, maybe spray it for weeds if you have to, and then ultimately harvest it. Like, sometimes that time could be a couple of days long, like a couple of real-life days to get that work done at one. Try to do that without Horseplay, good luck. Like I said, you might be able to farm one field. We are, of course, talking about the 36X Spring Creek map that played on here from the last map. Really fun map to play on, by the way. If you haven't checked that map out of it, highly recommend doing so. Just keep in mind, again, it is a 36X map, and it is only available on the official Farming Simulator mod, by the way. Speaking of which, I'm not actually sure if this map is available on the console or not. I don't know. Just because a mod is available on the official Farming Simulator mod hub does not mean it's on the console. So, there's lots of mods here that are on the mod hub that are not, unfortunately, on the console. GPS, of course, play Auto Drive all being actually, I'm not sure. Is Auto Drive the one that is not on the official mod hub? I think so, right? Horseplay is on the official mod hub. GPS is as well, if I remember correctly. Speaking of mods, I was thinking about something here the other day. You folks, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Giants did their mod contest like they used to in the past, have they? Maybe I missed it, everyone, but at least in previous versions of the game here, Giants always used to do a mod contest. And I think they used to pick a couple different winners in different categories, but yeah, I don't think Giants did that here this year that I remember. There's no mod contest, unfortunately. And of course, speaking about Giants and mods, we of course got to address the rumor of, will there be a Farming Simulator 2025? That's been a very popular question here as of late. And as far as I know, I don't believe Giants has released anything on that yet. So I guess the verdict is still out. Still out. Will there be a Farming Simulator 2025? I guess my first comment with that is, do we need a Farming Simulator 2025? Is this game still going pretty good yet? I guess to some extent, but I would almost argue this game's still running along pretty smoothly, if you ask me. Are there things that could be improved? Definitely. Most of those things, though, unfortunately, are things that need to be improved in other versions of the game as well, so I'm not too hopeful that Giants going to actually fix any of the real issues with the game, if you ask me. You know, being able to build planters, manual addition, you know, silly stuff like that, right? Probably more silly stuff. Those just happen to come to mind off the top of my head there. Oh, we're going to be able to finish. No, okay, we're going to fill up. That is not where I was going with that sentence, but okay. I was going to see if we could actually finish. Nah. But we end up with a little narrow strip there. Oh, well. Well, at least let's unload here a minute. Got the John Deere 4020 pulling this gravity wagon here, by the way. Between the farm all and the John Deere 4020, these are kind of our largest tractors on the farm, I think. Although, potentially, I suppose you could argue maybe that Ford that we have, I think, might actually have a little bit more horsepower just because it's got a V8 in it, but yeah, I don't know if we quite count that tractor or not. Can't get through here. Stuck. There we go. Oh, while we're unloading, we can do a little shopping here a minute. Apparently, this combine unloads really slowly. Let's go down to construction. Silos. What do we got for silos? Like, what can we build for a silo here? That's for hay and straw and stuff. Yeah, hay loft. Yeah, we could put something like that in. What's the difference between this one and that one? Pharma 400 plus OBI 1000. Pharma 500. Pharma 800. Now, I wonder when it says 800, are those all like 800... 800 what? I don't know. I'm not sure what that 800 would be. I won 800 something bins, I'm assuming. Flat bottom 3608 bin. That would be fun to unload. We get something like that, but we probably would have to cheat the money in, though. I don't want to spend all our money because I'm hoping to save some of that money to buy fields. And obviously, this is something I think we probably should have included on the map when we started it. So, 100,000. Okay, well, I think those are a little outside of our price range. 59,000. No one has like a good cheap bin we can, you know, put up here. Ooh, that one has an unload on it. We might be able to make that one work if we get a belt of some sort. Okay, looks like our combine's finished unloading. Let's finish harvesting here a minute. Yeah. Little extra there. Forget the row of shame. I mean, that's the bonus row, right? There's your profits right there. What now? Okay, course play, you're being annoying. Turn you off. Okay. Oh, so close to finishing, but not quite. One. Okay, well, anyway, now we're finished. Go ahead and unload here. Now we're going to go ahead and switch out our combine heads. What do we think? It's about, yeah, not even 15 minutes here to finish this harvest. That was not too bad. Hey, never know. Maybe we can finish up the corn yet this episode, too. Wonder how much we got in here. Sad part of it is it's probably not even worth putting a bin up for this, is it? Hardly? Probably not. 335,000 bushels of soybeans. I think the only problem is, what is this under here? If we go to our, well, this will tell us. No, it won't because it's not in a bin. Okay, never mind. Soybeans price. Oh, it is in bushels. Okay. Whoa. I don't know if you folks heard that in the microphone or not, but that was a clap of thunder. Yeehaw. Okay, so price to sell month of June. Yeah, I should have figured, you know, month of October. It's not the worst time to sell, but it's not not the greatest either. I mean, I don't know how accurate this scale is here. It's saying 150 up here, 52 down there. So is it worth putting a bin up? Probably barely with the size we have at the moment. Okay, let's switch out heads, Evan. We'll go grab the corn head, and we'll start. Okay, Evan, and we are back here. I had some technical difficulties here, apparently. The last clip there ended with a fatal flaw on OBS's part here. And, okay, started everything back up, got everything going. Recorded the last section there, and apparently OBS corrupted that section. Hopefully folks will actually get to see this section. OBS doesn't corrupt this one here as well. I think that's gonna be like one of the first times I've ever had that happen. I mean, the whole reason to use OBS is it is like extremely reliable, everyone. But yeah, definitely one of the few times where I would say OBS has definitely let me down here. Like it actually like corrupted the file. I don't know. The file apparently is not readable for some reason, everyone. So yeah, and not only like OBS crashed on the first clip. At least that clip seems to be okay. There might be a little bit missing from it. I'm not exactly sure yet, but yeah, I didn't watch it roll all the way right to the end. I know a little bit's missing, but not all of it. So anyway, everyone, unless I change the title of this video, which I've already got it all set up. Like the whole video is already set up and everything. I've got the the opening and yeah, the title, everyone, is probably not going to make sense to you for what I have on the title. And what I have on the title is a corn head that does not harvest corn. So what you folks missed here in the last clip that OBS corrupted, and we were just heading to get the corn head here in the previous clip that worked, everyone. Like we were dropping off the grain head there and going to get the corn head. Well, anyway, we went and grabbed the corn head, Evan. Brought the corn head up here. Started harvesting corn. As you can see, like I'm partway into the corn harvest here at this point. We almost made it around the field. Actually, no, we did make it around the field twice here. We're on our third time around the field here. We're currently full here. And, well, the gravity wagon's also got soybeans in it, so I can't exactly... You know what we need is a divider in here, one. And I can put corn in there as well. But anyway, yeah, got the corn oven, went start harvesting corn, and it didn't work. I'm like, what in the world? What the... I'm sitting here puzzling and trying to figure out, like, what in the world's going on? Why will this corn head not work? What the world? What in the world? Why does it not work? Well, anyway, everyone, let's go look at the shop here. And I've already sold this corn head, by the way, and we bought another one. But in the shop here, we had the John Deere... Yeah, we had the John Deere 653A. The 653A... Oh, I guess this was all crop. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But anyway, if you look down, everyone, it harvests soybeans. Yeah, let me repeat that again, everyone. This corn head, like it says it right in the name, right? I mean, like these are called corn heads. Like I've never heard a different name for these. I mean, the corn head harvests soybeans. It doesn't harvest corn, I mean, it harvests soybeans. So anyway, we got rid of that atrocity. I don't know what the mod author was smoking when they came up with that one, but apparently whatever they're smoking, I wouldn't smoke it because apparently it ain't very good. So anyway, we... I don't know what to call it, upgraded. We changed to the John Deere 643 here. This one does corn and sunflowers, which, hey, look at that. A corn head that actually does corn. I mean, like, I know, mind blown, right? It's just amazing. It actually harvests corn. So anyway, we got a corn head that harvests corn now. So that'll explain the title of it. I'll probably leave the title in there like it is. Like I said, I've got it all set up and done already. It wasn't until I was getting ready to edit the video, I wanted like, wait a minute. Like, missing half the video, which I knew OBS had crashed halfway through, but I got it going again, started it back up, started recording, recorded another 15 minutes and called it good. But apparently OBS Studio corrupted that one. So again, I'm hoping everyone that OBS Studio doesn't corrupt this one, because like, oh my goodness, me and OBS, we're gonna have words, we're gonna have fight words if you corrupt another one. Like I said, that'll be about a first. I don't know that I've ever had that happen before. Even now, OBS Studio like crashed, and I'm like, yeah, OBS Studio does not crash very often. I mean, yeah, it doesn't crash very often. I don't know what else to say about that one. Anyway, we need a spot to dump these soybeans into, so And we were looking at this here. Actually, you know what? Were we looking at this in the last clip? I don't actually, to be honest, know, because I'm not sure what was in the last clip versus the clip that was corrupt. So, we're looking at some trailers. So we do have the Silo King. $25,000 Silo King, huh? Oh, that's kind of tempting, everyone. We could put that up for $25,000, huh? Small grain silo. Oh, that's $10,000. But then, no, we don't actually need a trailer to unload in this. It says it has an unload spot, doesn't it? What does this all hold? Doesn't say what it holds. Farm silo. What, gallons? What? That's not a liquid silo. This don't look like a liquid silo to me anyway. It's not a liquid pit there either. I don't know if I dare trust that one. I mean, it has gallons on it. That would be nice if we could, but like I said, I don't know if I trust that. Sawmill. Silo for bark mulch. I have no idea what that is. It has bushels. Oh, that one also has bushels. Yeah, okay. We got, you know, the mega silo. Yeah, that's a big one. I don't think so. Maize plus, nope. Low cost silo. Hey, now we're talking. That's what we need. We need a low cost silo of one. Hey, even lower cost. There we go. $10,000. I'm leaning towards maybe this $30,000 one of one. I was looking at some of these bins here as well. The only problem with these bins, then I'm going to need a belt to go with it. But if we get something like this, having $30,000, this don't look too bad to me, if you ask me. But I think we're going to go with this system here. Gotta watch. Looks like the unload spot's on the side there. So where do we want to put this that's going to work? How about we just put it in here somewhere? I definitely think some of these trees are going to go here at some point. Okay, let's unload the soybeans. I probably should have checked. How much does this silo system hold? Oh, well, probably doesn't matter because we don't have a lot here. 335 bushels of soybeans. And then we're probably not, well, we'll probably get a little bit more than that in corn because corn's a little bit higher yielding, but we're not going to have a whole lot of corn either. I mean, again, the fields are relatively small, so. Well, we'll let this unload. We'll go unload the combine here, everyone. And then we can start harvesting again. Someone needs to crank that gate open a little more here on this gravity wing and get that grain out of here. Load a little quicker. We got a pit we're unloading into. Oh, is the combine actually running yet? Oh, no, it started. Okay. Started automatically unloading. Okay, well, we're waiting for that to unload. Evan, just a reminder, if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, Evan, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, as always, if you like the video, Evan, well, you know what to do. Give the video the old thumbs up there. Also very much appreciated. And, of course, as always, if you'd like to catch some more RDAllen content, you can find that, as always, down below in the description there. We live stream over on Twitch, RDAllen on Twitch there. And don't forget, too, if you'd like to join us on the multiplayer, which, again, by the way, the multiplayer content is usually always live streamed over on Twitch, by the way. If you want to join us on there, you're welcome to do so. Our information for that, again, is down below in the description there. As always, anyone is welcome to join. This combine's not particularly quick at unloading, is it? A little slow. Still unloading yet. Yep, still unloading. Wow. Where's that turbo part of this here? Pretty sure this thing unloads slower than the new combines do, and the new combines have, you know, a grain tank that is, what, 10 times bigger than this one? Things sure have changed, haven't they? Again, I don't remember what I talked about in the first clip versus the clip that was corrupted here. So if I repeat myself, apologies about that here this episode. Oh well, we'll blame it on OBS. For those who wonder, by the way, what I always use to record with here, that is OBS Studio. I know back in the early days, for those who remember this, back in the early days when I first started doing this, Evan, I don't know if OBS Studio out? It might have been. But back in the early days, Evan, there was a program called Fraps. F-R-A-P-S. Fraps. That was the program that was used to record video games back in the day, but now we got OBS Studio. OBS Studio is like light years ahead of what Fraps are. I don't know if even Fraps even exists anymore. But not to mention, I think you had to pay for that one as well, if I remember correctly. I don't think that was free. Could be wrong, but that's vaguely what I remember. Pretty much nowadays, I'm guessing most people probably just OBS. That's probably the program of choice, and yeah, can't complain too much about it. It's always been pretty good. Of course, on the one day that it kind of does sort of matter, because like I've got places to be here today, unfortunately, and this is the one day that it decides to mess up, corrupt, crash, and then corrupt a video file. Like really, of all days, OBS. You could have done it tomorrow, it wouldn't have mattered, but no, had to do it today. Pretty sure that's not Murphy's Law there. That's probably what that is, that one. Okay, anyway, let's head over to the comment section in a moment, see if we can read a few comments, and then we'll wrap it up here for this this section of this episode here. Which, well, yeah, if this section doesn't work out, you folks are going to get it, well, you'll actually never know it, but you'll get a 15-minute video then instead, because I'm not going to re-record this section. But anyway, moving on to the comments here. Gillen was saying, Giants doing something right? Never. I know, right? Norton was saying, I'm not holding my breath for GPS. Nope, I won't either there, Norton. I won't either. In fact, to be honest, I'd be a little bit surprised if a new version of Farming Simulator will actually have a GPS in it. I'd be a bit surprised. Speaking of, I forget if I mentioned this already. Did I mention this in the first part? I don't know. Anyway, talk about the new Farming Simulator, but Giants hasn't made any announcements yet. At least in the past, when by like June, Giants has always announced the next Farming Simulator, so there hasn't been any announcements yet. Not saying it's too late, but I am just saying it is getting a little late for Giants to be announcing any new Farming Simulator if they are planning on it. Legendary Tater was saying there is a breakdown mod on the official Farming Simulator mod hub that adds random breakdowns to equipment if you want to play more realistically. I don't know, Legendary Tater, maybe you missed the part where I was saying that's actually like one of the nice things about the game. You don't have to worry about your equipment breaking down. And here we go with a mod that actually breaks down your equipment. Well, I guess that means if you folks want to watch me play with the breakdown mod, let me know. Throw it down in the comments, Evan. We'll see if we can maybe get that mod, check it out, and watch our equipment breakdown. It just seems like such a great time. Such a great time. I think along with that, I was mentioning, like, you don't have to worry about your equipment breaking down. You don't have to worry about the weather. Like, you always get the yield you expect. I mean, what next? We're going to have a weather mod? Or actually probably is, I don't know. Christopher was saying, good video. Keep it up. Hey, thank you very much for that. Keith was saying, I think that little Ford tractor might be just as old as your little Ford Ranger. Whoa, come on now. I don't think it's that old, is it? Actually, I'm not sure. I don't know, how old is that Ford? I think the Ford is like the 50s or 60s, isn't it? truck ain't that old. Okay, well, anyway, I think with that, we're going to wrap it up here this episode. If you folks have any comments and or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. And until next time.